Hello, my name is Jaromir Zufal and I work as a senior interaction designer at Red Hat. In this screencast, I would like to walk you through ISAO's release for OOUI, which is OpenStack deployment solution based on the OOO approach. OOO means OpenStack on OpenStack, and its mission is to deploy OpenStack services with OpenStack. So first of all, you need to install initial set of OpenStack services, which is called undercloud, and it contains the Horizon service as well, which is the OpenStack UI. Let's log in. It contains infrastructure, which is the OOUI itself. There is OpenStack deployment, management of nodes, of bare metals, and then management of flavors, which are hardware profiles. Let's start with nodes because we need to actually register some hardware. We can see we have nothing right now. So we go into registration of nodes. We can see registration form where are IPMI credentials for booting your node. Then there is NIC MAC address and hardware properties. So I enter CPU, correct memory, and local disk. And I will add two more nodes in a very similar way. So once we have all the nodes filled in, we can register the nodes and they should appear in the UI. Here we go, we can see that we have 4 nodes registered. Here is health status, there is nothing deployed, all of that is healthy. So 4 nodes which are free, nothing deployed. Let's go to the flavors. And flavors are hardware profiles which are being used for searching for appropriate hardware when you are deploying. There is no flavors created, and I have some logic that helps me to figure out what hardware is not covered. I go to create a flavor. I just change the name. The name is defaulted for me, so I don't have to do anything. But I want to change the name, architecture, and I choose the deploy images. Once I have flavors created, I can jump directly into the OpenStack deployment management. So here is my OpenStack deployment overview page, and I can see that nothing is deployed yet. So I need to design my first deployment. There is a section of deployment roles which are hard-coded for now, and there are 4 predefined roles. The role is defined by its name, description, image which is going to be provisioned on that, and the hardware profile or flavor which I need to choose that it will search for correct hardware. I need to define it at all roles. So I go to compute, I change the flavor, and I apply. Once I have my flavors assigned, I can change the number of nodes which will be deployed as this role. So let's go to change block storage, and now we can define how many nodes will play which role. The next section is configuration. I can see that all of the options will be defaulted for me. So I hit the magic button deploy. The whole deployment of these 3 nodes actually takes about 8 minutes. So let's jump a little bit ahead. Here we go. We are at the end stage of deployment. I can see that all of my nodes are running correctly. So I have all nodes running correctly for controller, compute, and block storage roles. Each of them has 1 node. The next step is initialization. We don't have automatic initialization at the moment, but we provide manual way where you need to go into your console, into your OOO node, and you just copy paste set of instructions. And once it has finished, we just go back to the UI and we refresh the page, and we can see that there is no need for initialization. We can check at nodes page if the nodes are really deployed. I can see that 3/4 are provisioned and all of them are healthy. So let's get back to the OpenStack deployment page. And once we initialized our overcloud, we can see that we have connection to the Horizon UI. So I have the SSL tunnel. I go and open the local host on the port 8115 and wait, and I can see that the overcloud horizon, which is the end user's dashboard, is actually working. So I just log in with credentials and I can see that the end user dashboard is actually working. Thank you very much for your attention and see you at the next screencast.